conectamos. ¿Estaba conectado, profe?
¡Ay, qué crack!
No, nunca lo había trabajado así, pero sí me gustaría trabajarlos un poco más.
And they were just really excited to experience this new thing.
No, nunca me hubiera imaginado que hubiéramos podido tener esta relación de ayuda.
This is the thing that makes the VEX Robotics community so wonderful, is that we have the ability to change lives when we come together.
Es un pueblo maravilloso, es en el medio del desierto, pero tenemos desierto y océano, entonces somos un pueblo súper afortunado de la biología, la ecología, la geología, física, que hace un pueblo súper rico en especies marinas.
So our first trip to the Bay was in 1990. We fell in love with the place the moment we got there. It's so serene.
We'd known Soki since she was, a couple years old from her dad. And when she told us that she was a teacher, we started talking about Paige and her experience in the robotics, and she just said, oh, that would be amazing.
I competed in VEX Robotics for 4 years. I had such an amazing experience. So once I graduated from high school, I transitioned from being a competitor into being a volunteer. So the Bahia opportunity came up because my dad had been talking to our friend Soki, and she had expressed interest in robotics and had really said, oh, I wish my kids could do that. And I said, okay, let's see how we can make that happen. We have this massive platform, which is the Southern California Region Championship. Last year, we had one in Los Angeles, and we had another one in San Diego, where over 2 weekends, 168 teams compete. And that's when the idea hit me. If each of those teams donated, $10, $20, $30, we could get equipment down to Bahia. We did a massive fundraiser where we were selling these stickers, we were accepting donations, everything in the name of giving back to a community that needed our help. Thanks to the incredible community here in Southern California, in just 4 days, we raised enough money to bring down 5 IQ kits along with 5 Amazon tablets.
First trip we took donated parts down. We actually did an experiment with Soki's son to see how it would go, being that we had a language barrier and things of that nature, and it went great. And so it just progressed from there.
So over our Thanksgiving break, we loaded up all of our equipment that we had purchased into our truck, and we drove it over 500 miles down to the Bay, and we spent that entire trip working with the school, prepping the equipment, and then also working with the kids. Soki tells me that we may have about, 10, 15 kids come out, but then we roll up the next day and the entire school of 35 kids shows up. We had so many kids come out that we weren't even able to fit in the classrooms. We had to set up outside underneath their covered lunch area.
Paige came up with a couple of games for them to play, and one was right up my alley, which was like a crash 'em up derby. And so the object was to build a robot and then compete.
The communication was interesting because, yes, I am a Spanish teacher and fluent in Spanish, but I didn't know all the words for the different robotic components. So it was really a back and forth thing where we were all teaching each other.
And what was great is that even though I only spoke a little bit of Spanish and they only spoke a little bit of English, we were able to communicate through the language of robotics.
And it was so well received and so popular. And they kept asking, when can we do it again? And they enjoyed it so much, we actually extended our trip and did another competition. This time it was a soccer match.
One of my favorite parts of working with these kids, I get to see that these kids are no different from the ones that we have in our local area. They have the same dreams, the same goals, the same career aspirations.
¿Qué carrera estás interesando después de la escuela?
Son 3 carreras: gastronomía, arquitectura y dentista. Yo estaba pensando informática o arquitectura.
Yo pues quiero estudiar enfermería.
Our goal is to continue to provide additional STEM and learning opportunities for these students, along with creating more college readiness programs.
With students coming up to Soki that day, asking, do you think I could be an engineer? It's like, hey, I can do this too. And maybe they wouldn't have thought about that had they not had this experience with these robots. I mean, we take it for granted up here that we have these kind of resources and ability to show our kids these things. All over the world, there's kids like this that have never been exposed to this stuff. And VEX is just such a conduit to the future that they might have.
We couldn't have done it without you guys, so we really appreciate all the donations.
I just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. You guys have no idea how much these mean for the kids. It's amazing to see them, they have something different in their life, not just the bad things around in town, because it can be hard sometimes. It can be really hard for them, the life that they have here. So it's amazing, thank you, just thank you a lot.
I started off as just a student in this program, and I never thought that I would be able to have this big of an effect on the people around me. My advice is to reach out to others, tell your story, and just ask how you can help, because you never know where it's going to lead you.